Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing wonderful and fabulous. I am particularly excited today because the show is going to be lit. If you know what I mean, it's going to be a mixture of so much to learn, girl vibe, mother talk, family talk, but especially we'll be talking a lot about nonprofits, we'll be talking about startups, we'll be talking about business and getting everything rolling as girls. All right, as women, as you know, as a community, we'll talk a lot about sisterhood with this amazing guest that we have today. I hope that you all are ready with your paper and pen. I have mine right here. There's going to be so much to learn. There's going to be so much to take in, but it's also going to be a lot of fun on the program. Welcome to Spotlight. This is Going to Media TV. As you comment, share the video, give us thumbs up, and especially send in your questions for Linda Arrey, who is our guest on today's show. When I talked to her off camera, she told me that there's a particular song that gets all her juices in the right places. And before we bring her on to the screen, I want us to dive to this song that she loves so much. It's a song by Nigerian gospel artist Eben, and the title is Victory. All right. If God is giving you victory, if you're a victorious person out there, I want you to say, yeah, yeah. It's going to be an amazing show, guys. And without wasting much time, let's bring on Linda Arrey, who is a personal growth strategist. She is a nonprofit startup specialist. She's a published author, Memoirs of a Working Mother. She is a director of the Nonprofit Institute, the CEO of Women in Leadership Development. She is a professional speaker with text, and above all, she is a mom and a wife. All right. Did I forget the most important title in her life? She is a captain and the chief financial officer at the United States Air Force. Guys, she just has all these titles going up, like I always like to say. She wears all those hats in the best way possible. Hey, drum rolls, and let's welcome this amazing lady into the building. Woo!
Yes, I'm still dancing from that song. I don't know if you know in the back. Like, let me tell you, every time it moves me,
Oh my God.
A perfect song to get a girl's growth going.
Yeah, hey. You know what? When I saw you dancing backstage, I was actually tempted to bring you on the screen because you were just diving, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish people could see this.
It just has a way to just get your spirit right. Even if it was your spirit was about to go sideways, it's saying God is giving you victory. What else could be,
What else?
more awesome than, dancing in the grace of God. So it just
yes.
It speaks to me. Yes.
Oh, yes. Hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Gwendy Media TV, and this is the program Spotlight, okay? Feel free to share the video with all your friends. Invite people. There's going to be so much we'll be learning on today's program. Linda is a bag of talent, guys. And if you don't have your papers and pen ready, then you might be missing out. Thank you, Sihil Enter, who is an amazing comedian in the community, for joining. Thank you, Charlotte Miller Lacey. She says, phenomenal woman, Linda Arrey. Ada Sylvia, who says, Almighty God has given me victory. Yes. Hey, so let's get the ball rolling. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I am so honored and to share your stage. So it's
oh my gosh,
to spend this, part of my Saturday with you and your community.
Thank you for coming, girl. Like, you are just a bag, like a bag of so many good things, and I couldn't wait. We could not wait to have you here. It's our honor to have you on this program. So I know a lot of people have already given that long list of who you are, but for those who've not had the opportunity of meeting you or knowing anything about you, would you like to tell them a little bit about you, Linda?
I think you said it all. So I am Linda Arrey, and I am the president of Women in Leadership, Development and Empowerment. I see a lot of my community women in the chat. And we are a professional network of women that come together to support each other. We're a
Mhm.
true community of sisterhood, and we do
Yeah.
sisterhood beyond the hashtag. Everybody wants to write a post and say sisters supporting sisters. We
Yeah.
actually manifest that. You are a part of the Winner Circle community, so you've seen that supportive network yourself.
Mhm.
And I am also a nonprofit startup consultant. So I take people who want to start nonprofit organizations. I take you from an idea to a concept. So we
Mhm.
go from I want to start a nonprofit to actually building and constructing a successful, impactful, and
Wow.
sustainable nonprofit organization, because it's not just about getting your 501c that we do. We guarantee that 100% that we can
Mhm.
get your 501c, but that's when the work begins.
Yeah.
When it's a nonprofit, it's about the transformation, the impact that you're creating in somebody's life or the community. So it's so we help you do that. And nonprofits, a lot of nonprofits really don't succeed. And let me tell
Yeah.
you, I would have just joined in, and I gotta like pause and say, "Hey, Rich, yeah, that's my brother. I got so much love and respect for that guy. So thank you for joining."
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Rich Akko, amazing guy,
what a
man.
coincidence that he comes in when we're talking about nonprofit. He really is an epitome. He and my sister
Yeah.
Eric, they're an epitome of people that are doing
You
nonprofit
are.
the right way. We're focusing on the impact, the transformation,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So if you don't follow Generosity Global, please go
You
right
go follow them, guys.
because Eric and Rich are doing such an amazing job. And outside of the nonprofit, I'm an author. My book, Memoirs of a Working Mother, and that's just a book that I wrote at a time in my life where I knew I always wanted to be an author. Right? I wanted to write a book. I wanted to teach women how to do business, how to make money, and stuff like that. Then
Mhm.
something happened. I met this cool guy that swept me off my feet. I couldn't say
Woo.
I married him, and then
Woo.
we got pregnant, right? And with pregnancy, I went through a very challenging pregnancy. At
Okay.
24 weeks of my pregnancy, I had to go on bed rest. I suffered,
Oh my God.
of uterine fibroids, and we talked a little bit about that.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
So 40% of women of color above the age of 30 actually suffer from uterine fibroids. Not
Mhm.
everybody is symptomatic. So a lot
Wow.
of people experience high menstrual cycles, cramping, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was one of those that had the symptoms, and at 24 weeks of my first pregnancy, I had to go on bed rest.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so in this time, this book I wanted to write about business really changed because I really
Hmm.
wanted to reach women at a different level. I want
Yeah.
to talk to that woman who's on bed rest and doesn't have a source of income to take care of her family.
Mhm.
I wanted to talk to that woman who's on bed rest and is losing her mind. I wanted to connect with that woman who has not found herself, that woman that has not found her purpose. I wanted to reach that woman who, when she looks herself in the mirror, she doesn't feel like she's beautiful enough. She doesn't feel like she's enough for society. I wanted to reach out to that woman and say, "You're everything that God wants you to be." So this book turned from writing a business book to really just writing a book that is to create the wholeness in women.
Yeah.
It's about, loving the woman that you are, finding balance, because we live in a society where we're bosses, we're moms, we're everything.
Right.
That balance to show up
That balance.
here. And then when you come home, you say, "You know what? I'm taking off the CEO hat and I'm putting on my mom hat, my wife hat, and stuff like that." So,
Mhm.
book Memoirs of a Working Mother, it really just reaches women in that place where you find wholeness, whether spiritually, mentally, physically, and also financially. Because at the end of the day, we still have to talk about,
Money.
building wealth,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I want to say money is not the priority.
Right.
You have everything else aligned, money happens.
Mhm.
So because a lot of times we fall short because we're only focused, we make money the goal. Money is a byproduct of everything else that happens. So it's so
That's true.
important.
It's a process. It's like it comes somewhere at the end of the process after you've put in all the work and worked on strategies and all that. But
Yeah.
girl, I'm so proud of you as a woman. Like,
Thank you, thank you. And likewise, you look at this. You're an empire on your own. So just imagine if you're making money and you feel broken inside. Can you imagine if you felt whole? My message today to my community was joy.
Right.
Feeling of happiness, that feeling where
That's fulfillment.
you, right? That feeling of fulfillment. Just
Yeah.
imagine if right now you're bringing in money in your life, you're successful, but you're broken inside. Can you
Yeah. You can
imagine
be happy.
how successful and productive you can be if you are filled and consumed with unmeasurable joy? Can you
Yeah.
imagine that, right? So,
Yeah.
and also, how do we fix the woman that looks at herself and doesn't feel like she's enough? How do we then change that mindset shift for her to believe it? Because
Right.
believe it in order to manifest it. So if you don't believe it, you cannot work on it.
That's
So,
true.
so that's what the book is about. I travel, prior to COVID, you probably see me, every weekend I'm out there speaking somewhere. I do a lot of keynotes.
Right.
I facilitate events and stuff like that. So I really go around speaking professionally. And thank God to COVID, I can do that in my pajamas in my living room. Right now, I'm in my kitchen right now, and I don't have to travel to Maryland to your studio. I'm right.
There you go. You can meet millions of people. You can get to millions of people at the same time.
I get to do this, in my kitchen and just connect with people that otherwise I would not have the opportunity to reach them.
Yeah.
And, as you mentioned, I am a captain in the United States Air Force.
Woo!
So,
Hey, Captain.
Yeah, so I am the chief financial officer here at Dover Air Force Base. So I run a $14 million operation here, and yes, so that's my annual operational budget. And so when I'm not wearing 6-inch heels, you would see me in combat boots. I love to serve, whether it's in the military, whether it's the women in my community. I really, really love to serve. When you ask me what is my biggest gift, I think my biggest gift is the gift of service, because I see women be the best version of themselves, and to the extent that I have to remind myself every time that I am not everybody's savior.
Yeah.
Because that's so important. I love to serve. I'm a woman of service. I serve in my home. I serve the women of my community. I serve my immediate community. I serve even outside my community. I serve in the military. I just really love to serve.
I would say that, Linda, it's not been too long that I got to know you, but I was always watching you from the other side. And I was like, wow, I don't know how she gets her energy. I don't know where she gets her strength from. Like, tell us what made you the strong woman that you are today? Like, how did you become this woman that you are? Like, when looking at you, you're not a tall, big person, like a giant kind of person, but you're just a force, like they say in French, la force tranquille. You're so cool there, but you're doing big things.
So I always say that I have a very small but mighty circle.
Right.
So it's not about the numbers, it's in the ability of the people, in that circle, is the quality that circle can endure and bring forward. So I really don't believe in numbers. I believe in qualitative relationships, right? And I think that's what I've been so blessed with. And, you mentioned strong. I am not strong. And there were days that I really believed I was I was so strong. I am the strong Black African woman. And one of my messages is changing that narrative of us really believing that we are strong.
Yeah.
We are only as strong as our ability to be soft.
Mm-hmm.
I really want women to remember that, because this notion of us being strong makes us scared or to be vulnerable. It makes us suffer in silence. It makes us not reach out when we really know that we need help. Because I am strong, how can I really need my sister's help today? I am strong. How can I really be vulnerable and authentic to tell somebody that I am in need? So I really want us to know that our ability to be strong is at that moment where we realize that we really need to be soft because we are vulnerable. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we are fragile, and that's
Tell us. Yeah, yeah.
perfectly okay. But to answer your question, I wear many hats, and
You do
yeah,
so well.
thank you. And I say first, it's really just God. I was talking to my friend Adara this morning because I called her. I probably talk to this girl every day,
Oh
and
wow.
so I called her this morning, and she said, "Oh, you're still in bed." I said, "I'm not in bed. I'm making up my bed." Um,
Mm-hmm.
my husband, he woke up this morning and he took the kids downstairs and said, let mommy rest. And I really wasn't resting. I was meditating. I like
Wow.
meditating. I really I love to meditate. And so my heart was just so heavy this morning. And
Oh.
it was, and when I called the door, I said, my heart was so heavy. And she said, it's funny you said that because I really had this message about you today as well. And
Oh
I said,
wow.
it wasn't really heavy in a bad way. It
Mm-hmm.
was heavy with gratitude.
Oh.
Heavy with
Oh.
I was really just because you look at your circle and people are winning. You just see things that are happening in the world. You look at your environment and you're like, God, I am so blessed. And I
Wow.
think that is the foundation of everything that I do, is God. I really do things, part of the reasons that I serve is really to glorify his name. So God really is the center of a lot of things that I do. And I really believe that he has equipped me to be able to reach so many people in my different
Yes.
ways because that's my
Yes.
assignment.
You know,
So
it's funny. It's funny that you're saying that because every single person I've ever had to talk to about you or hear them talk about you, they've always had amazing things to say. They've always had to say, "Oh my gosh, Linda has been such a strength in my life. She's been such a pillar. She's been an amazing sister, an amazing friend." I mean, like, how do you feel when you hear these things? Because I'm sure that some of these people have had to reach back to you to say thank you, for directing them at some point, for helping them out, for opening their eyes, for sharing your story through your book, just in one way or the other. How does it feel as a person sitting back and seeing all these things happening around you and all these lives that you're able to touch and transform?
I would say it really it takes courage, right, for somebody to say, not everybody can freely say that you impacted my life.
Yeah.
A lot of people really take credit for things that happen, like I did this. So
Hmm.
somebody to reach out to me and say, you played this little role in the person that I am today, that really that's it for me, right? Whether it's a client that I'm coaching, it's a corporation that I'm consulting for, or the women in my community, no matter what, because what I said earlier, remember the transformation.
Yeah.
Whatever we do in life, if we're not impacting somebody else's life, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Find something and make impact. So when I hear this, people come to me and say, you did this, I've had people reach out to me even 4 years later and said, I have not
Oh,
had the courage to tell you this, but you
oh wow.
that I started my business because 4 years ago you did this, you said this, right? So those things are the transformation. That's all. That is no matter what we do, no matter what we do, it's about the transformation. Can I
That's true.
effectively impact somebody's life? And I take the same principle with me, even in my business. I don't do business with everybody. Not every woman that reaches out to me and say, I need a life coach. I need, a strategist. I need a consultant that I work with. I have to
Wow.
make sure that I am equipped to impact change in your life.
Right.
I have to make sure that we're a good fit.
Right.
It's not about whether you can afford me or not. It's not
Mm.
about money because it's about the transformation. If our interaction does not leave a positive impact in your life, then what are we doing?
Right.
Okay, what are
Yeah,
we doing?
that's
And
true.
so I take the same mindset even in the relationships that I cultivate. I don't have a lot of friends, but I have a small and mighty crew.
You
Very close
do.
network that you know, very qualitative network that has just really blessed me. And, my husband also is such a backbone. I tell
Woo.
people like he is that moving machine. Like when you see a beautiful car coming, right? You don't see the engine doing all the work. You
No,
just see
you don't.
the car. And he's just that engine that is doing all the work so I can blossom and just soar into
Oh,
that I am. He really is that engine. So I honor and love him for the role that he plays in my life. So I
oh,
see this woman that I am, because he
that's so beautiful. My God. I mean, it's so touching to hear that. Now, Linda, I want us to talk about, you talked about the community of women that you have. Like, you don't choose just anybody to, get into that circle. Take us to the beginning of how and why you created this circle of women, and how do you choose those who belong to this circle?
So I would say just women in leadership, development, and empowerment. Wow,
Yeah.
started back in 2011. So, and it was a prelude of my pageant days. And Lady Kid, bless her heart, because that's the woman back in 2004 that gave me opportunity to really just do pageant in the African community. I've done
Wow.
in the American community, and she embraced me to do pageantry with the African community.
Uh-huh.
I went in very excited. I'm back in the pageant world, and I am excited. And it wasn't really, it wasn't what my expectations fell short. Not in the production, not in the team, but in the women, in the fellow contestants. Instead of us supporting each other, it was a lot of women just, everybody was trying to win. Like, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. And nobody was looking to see, like, which sister needs help, who probably needs
Yeah.
a zipper pulled up, who probably needs another bikini. It was people
Me.
people trying to rip off people's zippers backstage or hiding people's stuff. And so it was a lot of bickering and backstabbing. And I'm like, this is not sisterhood. This is not how
No.
we win. We win by supporting each other. We win by saying, oh, you know what? Let me fix your crown. Or your zipper.
Yeah.
That is how we win. So in that moment, I had also worked in the nonprofit sector for a long time. And I really, when you work for somebody, you get the bad, you get the good.
You get the training. Yeah.
You're working for somebody, but you only have a certain level of influence to impact change. So I
Hmm.
wanted an umbrella that I can do nonprofit the way I see it fit. I can do nonprofit by focusing on the transformation, and focusing on the transformation, and not, all the politics, and with working with those women and my desire to start a nonprofit, I said, this is perfect. That is alignment. I want
Wow.
to build a community where women can come together and truly support.
And empower and truly support each other.
We talk about empowerment a lot. Like, we can't be doing all these women empowerment events when we are not helping each other in the back end. If it's
Right.
not coming on the stage and do a one-day conference and go home, that is not
Hmm.
it. We need
Yeah.
a sustainable network
Follow
of
up and
women
have a,
really
yeah.
supporting one another. A lot of times, whether it's in business, we consume each other's products.
Right.
Why can't it be you that I go to when I need this particular product?
Yeah.
Why can't we create this network where we are our own support systems? We are our own doctors and lawyers and media queens and stuff like that. Why can't we live in such solidarity and be positive with one another? And the
Right.
reason is, yes, we can. So I
Right.
so I really went ahead and did that. And the thing with Wild, we're not just about the sisterhood. We are so big about the community. We do a lot of work in the community, both here and back home in our African continent. We do a lot of work. Some of our events that we do here is called, our Mama Break Day.
I
And
love that. Give Mama a break day.
Mama
I
Break
just
Day,
love
let
that
me tell you,
concept.
That is one day that we task mothers and say, listen, today I don't want you to be mom. I don't want you to be wife. I don't want you to be CEO. I just want you to be Gwen. You know,
Yeah.
leave the kids at home, leave the husband at home, and come
Just go have fun.
this one day. Let's do manicures. Let's
Leave
do
the kids at home.
let's wine and dine and dance,
Yes.
have a good time, because statistics shows that, you know, working mothers work an average of 95 hours a week. What is a
Oh
full
my,
time? Yeah, 95 hours a week. What is a full-time week in the US? 40-hour week.
40. Yeah.
This was a study by Welch. A lot of people know Welch Jews. 90
Yes.
hours a week for working mothers. What do you call it? That is a burnout.
That is a burnout, sis.
Our goal
Definitely.
out when we're at that 30 percentile before we actually reach burnout. We have to tap out. So give Mama Birthdays an outlet. You know, we don't just come and have fun, but we empower and equip these women with resources to practice effective time management, to
Yeah.
practice quick, you know, workout techniques, quick meal preps. We come out with ways for them to maximize tasks on their schedule so they can better utilize their 24 hours. Because a lot of things that I hear when I tell people, you know, why aren't you working on that business? Why aren't you working on that goal? And my women they say, I don't have time. And I said, sister, you would never have time, because guess what? Every day you wake up, you have 24 hours. There is
Mm-hmm.
no way you're going to wake up and you have 25 hours. So we need to stop trying to manage time, because we cannot manage time. Time is like kinetic energy. You cannot
Yeah.
destroy time. So we need to work on how do we manage the task on your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Effectively manage all these things, motherhood, work, all these things. How do we effectively practice time management? We do
Right.
by managing tasks. We do not
Mm-hmm.
manage time. Okay. So
Yeah.
some of the things of Give Mom a Break Day, we do our medical missions back in Africa and country. So we are a community of women that truly support one another, and we use our skills and our talents to improve community standards.
Yeah, I mean, you've been organizing a lot of free sessions because I belong to the Wild group, and I really thank you for choosing me. I don't know if I really deserved to be there though, but I was like, when I got in there, I saw some high quality women. I was like, hello, where am I? Like, oh my gosh, look at all these women. Hello to all the ladies of Wild, and you all are amazing. Kisses to you. Thank you for inviting me. You've been organizing a lot of sessions, free sessions, whereby you just give women ideas, you empower them for financial success, for every single thing that you know. I mean, you're just dishing out, Linda. Like, what is that thing about you? Why do you do this?
And you know, so this is part of the conversation that Dora and I had this morning, and you
Oh
know,
my God.
so it's a lot of alignment going on here. And I really
Oh
think
my
it's really goes
God.
back to I have a servant heart. That's something I have
Yes.
come to accept, right? But most
Yes.
importantly, I am truly committed to seeing other women win.
Yes.
When I talk about, you know what, here at the Winner Circle, I am truly committed to seeing other women win. That
Mhm.
it brings joy to my heart. Like even right now in the circle, you see a lot of collaborations have happened in just, you know, what, over the last month. People
Yeah.
are coming together, people are collaborating. And when we come together, the impact is greater. What I
Yeah.
can do on my own is no way compared to what I can do when I hold my sister's hands and to
Yes. 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 Yes.
it's just really, really phenomenal. So why do I do this? I really do this because if I can make a difference in another woman's life, in another person's life, no matter how small, I don't believe any impact is ever small. You know, no
Right.
matter what, the impact is great. So if I can be just a little part of your journey, you know, I would love to serve you. And if by serving you can also summon to you serving and reaching out to other women and
Mm-hmm.
creating a greater community impact, you know, why should we only have one, restaurant when we can have 20, when we can have
Right.
20,000, you know.
We can help each other start. We can help each other, stay in business and all that.
Yeah, but we don't do this by holding our talents, you know. We
Right.
do this by opening up our talents
Yeah.
for those that want to take this journey with us. And I say
Yeah.
this journey with us because, you know, I come across a lot of people that want you to pick them up and walk with them. That is
Mm-hmm.
not what I do. So what I do is, you know what, sister, hold my hand and let's walk together.
Mm-hmm.
And put you on my head and walk with you. So you need to be willing to take on and come on this journey with me. So
Linda, you're an amazing person. I don't know if I have the right words to say, but I feel so blessed to be part of your circle. Thank you. And now I want to bring on somebody on the screen right now, somebody that you talk to every day. She's a special friend to you. And she's been so busy today, but she was willing to come on the show even for 5 minutes just to, to tell you how much she loves and, encourages you and supports you and what you represent to her. So, hey guys, I'm bringing on right now one of Linda's best friends. I would say she's more than a friend. She's a sister to Linda. Her name is Adaora. Let's welcome Adaora right now.
Hello, everybody. Oh my God.
Hi.
Hi, sorry. I had to pull over. I was like, I can't miss this.
Oh my God. Thank you.
so she's been out to do $2 million home. So we're
Woo.
about to move into $1 million home.
We're going to claim that. Yeah, so I've had a busy day and
You look
I
gorgeous.
just had to pull over. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I just want to share this first. So all week I've been thinking about Linda and she's just been on my mind I'm going to get emotional. She's God sent, she is, I can't describe her. She's an amazing person. She takes everyone's problems and want to see everyone grow, so she puts herself, in the position to help anybody that she comes across. And I was just talking to her, I was like, man, I don't think I show her much gratitude for who
Oh,
she is, because every time I'm like, wow, is this my best friend? Like, she blows me away every single time. And we've built a very strong foundation that I'm so appreciative of. I feel like I don't thank her enough. I feel like I don't know. It's like when you try to describe her, you can't, because I feel like no words would do justice. None.
like when you think
Because
about
she's,
Linda, your heart is just full. Like you
yes,
smile and you're like,
yes.
what is this girl? Like who is she? Like
Exactly. That is
there's
exactly
something
how I
about her
feel.
that is so empowering. It just I don't know. Like
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. She's a breath of fresh air. She's that hand that will hold you whenever you're going through a dark time. She's that hand that will guide you if you need to go, take things to the next level. So, thank you for, letting me come on and share how important she is to me. There's no words. I can't figure out. I mean, she might be amazing today, tomorrow she's something else. So this doesn't
What do you
explain
mean
how
something
much.
else?
So tomorrow she might be superwoman. So she does wear many hats, and she doesn't make you feel like you're alone. She's always there for you, whenever you need her. And she's that kind of person, and I know I do that too. You will drop anything to make sure that we attend to what we need. So
You
um
everything. Everything. Like you really do. And I know you came here to talk to me, but I appreciate you, sis. There is, like I can't even, I don't even have the words, but she literally drops everything for me. No joke.
Oh.
I have two girls and both pregnancies, one in Mississippi, one in Dover. She dropped everything every time. She's been in
Oh.
every delivery room for my
Oh
kids.
my God. Wow. Thank you, sis. Thank you.
You are Delaware. There is, from events to family to like, so this is not a friendship, it's a sisterhood. And
Yeah.
there's not even, yeah, nobody messes with me at that.
I mean,
Oh,
I really just appreciate this because I remember that when we talked, we said we're going to talk about sisterhood. We're going to talk about that family that you have that's not actually your blood family, but a group of powerful women, a group of powerful people that you can lean on, that you can cling on to and believe that they're not going to, mock you. They're going to hold you and pat you on the back and just make you feel empowered. And you know what? I was like, hey, this is such
yeah.
an important thing to talk about because a lot of people out here don't have such circles. They don't have such sisterhoods where they can say, hey, you know what? I know I have a sister out there who's got my back. It doesn't exist. And I don't know what the reason is. And I don't know why it's that way. But is there something that you want to tell people who are watching us right now on how to build meaningful relationships and sisterhoods that can last and stand the test of time?
Yeah, I would say be the woman that you want to attract. It's that simple. What I see a lot is people saying, I don't have a tribe, I don't have a supportive network, and you're out there being a hot mess out of people, yet you're looking for support. So when you unbecome who you are and fully embrace who God designed you to be and reflecting what you want to attract, that is where it all begins. You have to reflect who you want to attract, because if women see you are this passive person, you're this go-getter, you're this ambitious person, guess what other go-getter friendly women want to do?
They
They
want
want
to be,
to go, hello
yeah.
sister, you can't be out there writing trash on Facebook, backstabbing everybody you know, and then say I don't have a supportive network.
And
when you
starting fights
when
every
you
single day,
when you do those,
running people down.
yeah, when you do those things, you're repelling the same people that you're saying I don't have in my life. So you have
Right.
to reflect who you want to attract.
Wow. Thank you so much, Linda. And thank you, Adora. I don't want to take too
you're
much of your
welcome.
time. I am so
I'm
grateful.
here.
We are so grateful to have you on the show, girl.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having me.
much for being an amazing sister to Linda and now to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
Thank
absolutely.
you so much, Linda. How does it feel like hearing Adora say all these things about you? Like,
So it's not we. I think we've cried a lot, me and this girl. I tell you, and it's all really happy and great tears
how
because
did you two meet?
from
If that's not too
we
personal.
met from another friend of ours,
Oh wow.
and girl has this relationship matured.
Oh wow.
We met at a season in our life where down, Atlanta days, and it was where's the next event to go to what do we
Yes.
to what is the next money goal or business goal or life goal. We definitely matured with the season, but I
Wow.
wouldn't take anything away from the days that Mia, Dora, and Cynthia, were going around, attending events in Atlanta. And because it was, there's an event going on here. Are you ladies going to, I don't take that season for granted because it made us the women that we are today. And with each
Yeah.
season, we've just blossomed with each season, to becoming the women that we are. When I hear my friend call me and say, I have been selected as the women of wireless for the nation. This
Woo.
girl
Oh my
right.
God.
When I hear those things, I'm project management for this team now, and
Yes.
she's a boss lady on her own. She doesn't
Mm,
blow her horn too much. I remember
right.
when she actually got the women of wireless from Verizon. And she said, please don't post this on Facebook. She knows me. I'll be out there.
Oh my God.
Yes. And,
Yes.
she doesn't
Oh my God.
about the things that she does, but those are the things that really warm my heart to see, everybody succeeding. But I Doris in Atlanta, my parents are in Atlanta. I don't even have to worry because I have a sister there that I know
Yes.
anytime will pop up and see how my parents are doing. We even have Doris from Nigeria. I'm from Cameroon. You would
Yes.
let me tell you, she's a sibling to my siblings,
Oh
and
yes.
and it's just we're a family. It's that simple. They say that your family there's the family you're born into and the family of choice. I'm
That's
just
true.
blessed that we love the families we were born into because I have a really tight network. My siblings and I, we are very close. And then for God to just really bless me with an extended family of choice that I can
Yes.
really just love and just enjoy. And it's such a blessing. And I really pray that everybody experiences that because it's a beautiful thing.
It is. Well, thank you so much, Adelra, for your
Thank you.
time, for just being beautiful and amazing, for being a wonderful sister and
Thank
support to
you.
Linda. And it's our pleasure to get to know you today. Hopefully, we can build that relationship and make it bigger, and hopefully
Yes.
have you here someday. Why not to talk about you and what?
Absolutely.
$1 million home.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! $1 million home, guys. Did you hear that? Hello, hello,
Yep.
guys.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Well, thank you
Adora.
so
Have a
much. Thank you.
wonderful, wonderful rest
Love
of
you,
your
sis.
weekend.
All right.
God bless
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Hey, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I am pumped up, Linda. I don't know if I want to end this interview. Like, there's so much we have to talk about.
Yeah, we
Oh
probably.
my gosh. Let's talk about nonprofits right now because a lot of people out there have nonprofits. I have a nonprofit organization here and there, and like a lot of people want to start one, but they don't know how to do it. Like, just tell us a little bit about nonprofits. You are the guru in this business, girl. Just take us through that.
I would say really the big thing is focusing on what problem do you want to solve, right, with your
Right.
nonprofit? Because what is the impact? What is the transformation? You know,
Mhm.
what is it that you really want to do? That is the heart. Once you identify, this is a problem that I really feel I can take care of, then you can work the other things back. And
Mhm.
also, not everybody really should be starting a new nonprofit. Maybe when you do your research, you will realize that this problem that I'm trying to solve already exists.
Mhm.
You want to support another nonprofit or partner with another nonprofit. So that's something that I always like to tell, especially new
Mhm.
nonprofit entrepreneurs, that you don't necessarily have to start. You know,
Mhm.
there is, you share the same mission of providing clean water, like my brother Rich and my sister.
Rich Aqua from Generosity Global. Yeah.
You share my mission of really impacting communities by empowering women. We there are opportunities to collaborate. You don't have to start from scratch. But for
Mhm.
those that really have a platform that they want to start, maybe you want to do nonprofit your own way and stuff like that. You don't necessarily want to partner, or you are starting something new. You know, it's the basics of starting really, is, getting your 501c3.
Mhm.
There is such a powerful thing when you have your 501c3, when you do nonprofits, when it comes to funding and all of those stuff, because a lot of people look at nonprofit as if it's a charity, right? It's a hand me down. But I say, no,
Yeah.
your nonprofit is a business. The
Okay.
only way you can be successful with your nonprofit is to run it like a business.
Mhm.
You need a business plan. You need a strategic plan. You need fundraising goals. You need all of those stuff, just like a business. You don't just register, start a nonprofit and think that, things will happen. Nonprofits need money to execute their mission. And you need
Yeah.
to execute your nonprofit as a business operation in order to really attract the right funders and do all of this stuff. So
Mhm.
If you're just starting out your nonprofit, you also want to look at your operating budget. Are you going to be, working on an under 50,000 budget a year? Is it going to be 200,000 or more? All of this stuff. Based on your operational budget, you can then determine if you need to do a 1023 easy or a regular 1023. Okay? Because it's all about the money. If you're doing the regular 1023, those are people that are projecting that within the next 3 years in operation, they're actually going to be operating on like a $200,000 budget or more.
Whoa.
Feel you're on that $50,000 realm, and you feel within the next 3 years you're going to be around that $50,000. You don't need to do the 1023. You just need to do the 1023 easy. Mm-hmm. So you got to know what your impact is, what the transformation is, what the problem you're willing to solve. You also need to know your numbers. I tell people this, when it comes about knowing your numbers, it's not about knowing your operational budget. You have to know your impact numbers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, I need $10,000 to run my nonprofit a month. And I'm saying, what would $10,000 do? And then they don't have a response. You have to know your impact numbers, meaning $10,000, if you're helping taking women out of the homeless shelter, you are saying with $10,000, I will be able to take 50 women out of the shelter every month. So that's your impact numbers. Your operational numbers is, the money. So you have to know how much do you need to operate your nonprofit and how much impact that dollar amount is going to generate with that particular budget. So impact numbers and operational numbers, you need to know both of those as you're doing your strategic planning, as you're doing your budgeting. And the basics of starting your nonprofit, again, you have your mission statement, because you need a mission statement to do your 1023, whether you're doing the easy or the regular 1023, you need your mission statement. You also need to have your date of incorporation. So incorporation, that is when you go, to your state's business office, all of that stuff, you register the business, you incorporate it. Different states have different guidelines, okay? And some states need a mandatory statement from the IRS to go into your letters of incorporation. Some states actually require that you incorporate your business and also register your business with the business office. Not every state actually requires both incorporation and business registration. So you have to look at your state guidelines and figure out if you need both. That is very important. Once you have your date of incorporation, you can go to the IRS website and apply for your number. So your identification number, that is free. I see a lot of people charging people to apply for EIN number. That is something you can do completely free on your own. Go to the IRS website. You're ready. You've incorporated your business. You have your nonprofit's name. Go and apply for an EIN number. That is your tax ID. It is free for you. That is a service the IRS gives to you for free. Those are two main things you need to actually start applying for your 1023. Okay? Your date of incorporation and your EIN number, your mission statement. It's a whole lot of things. You also have to know your taxonomy code. Your taxonomy code is what the IRS looks at and says that this is what we classify this nonprofit based on the services that you will be providing. Whether you're educational based, whether you're a church, because churches are 501c people, churches are nonprofit organizations. It's a not-for-profit business. Okay? Oh,
definitely. Yeah.
Whether you're a church, whether you're a research base, whatever you are, your taxonomy code actually classifies what kind of services you'll be providing. That taxonomy code actually also helps the IRS if you get audited, stuff like that. If you get audited and you see money is used for money laundering, well, that's actually something you cannot do as a nonprofit. You cannot launder.
Yeah.
And some things, just I'd like to mention this as well, since we're with everything going on in the world right now. As a nonprofit, you cannot be out there protesting in the name of your nonprofit as well. Unless, there are some clauses to that if you're a political organization and all of that stuff. But more than likely, most nonprofits are apolitical. So just certain things to be careful when you're out there doing stuff in the name of your organization. Just make sure you're not putting your organization in jeopardy. So the IRS usually takes about 30 days from the day you submit all your paperwork to the day you get, an approval or a letter asking for more information. IRS doesn't call you on the phone about your nonprofit, so stay away from all the scammers, okay? They send your letter through the mail. You can call the IRS doesn't call you, okay? So when you have those, you can, go online. It's $275 to submit your 1023 easy. If you're doing the regular 1023, it's $600. Those are things that you can hire a nonprofit consultant, me.
Yes, of course.
That.
Director of the Nonprofit Institute,
Yes,
Bushes.
you
That's
can
who you are.
enroll in the Nonprofit Institute. You can, I offer corporations and individuals one-on-one consultant services as well. Or you can actually, believe it or not, you can do these on your own.
Sounds like a lot of work, Linda. It sounds like
work. It's about what you're willing to pay for and what you're willing to educate yourself for.
When we're talking about what you're willing to pay for, Linda, just tell us, like, roughly, if we have to hire someone like you, if someone out there wants you to help them do this, how much should they be keeping, to work with someone like you?
So it depends, because everybody comes to me with different stages of knowledge.
Right.
So,
let's say the person has no idea, like they just know that they want to start a nonprofit. They just know what they want to do. Maybe they have already a mission statement and stuff, but they don't know how to go about it. What should they keep? Like, how much should they,
Okay. So I always do intake processes and hear everybody's specific need and curate packages. I don't like giving blanket fees out there, because people have different missions and different plans. I don't believe in just giving, working on somebody, getting your 501c and say, okay, now you have your 501c. The reality is the real work begins when you have that 501c. So it's always, I liked, if you go on my website and apply for a consultation with me.
Can we have that website so that people can go there?
Very simple. So you can go on and put in for an entry strategy call. So it's a strategy call. So we are strategizing. So if you're looking for a free call, I don't do free calls. It's a strategy call, and I do this for a reason. I don't like talking to people and leaving them without any knowledge, any resources. Remember, I said you can actually do your nonprofit on your own. This is a strategy call where I break down a blueprint for you that you can actually go out there and say, you know what, I want you to curate a package for me so we can do this journey together. Or, you know what, I have enough information and I will go do this on my own. So that's what the strategy call is. You tell me what your challenges are. I provide strategy, and you can either say, you know what, I want to hire you to do this journey, or thank you for this strategy, I am going to go see I can do it on my own. So, and directly on my website, but once you have your EIN number, your incorporation date, you can actually go to pay.gov. Right? That's where you apply. So it's called pay.gov. You can go on there, fill your 1023, and submit your payments directly.
Hey, all of you out there. I mean, for those of you who are thinking about starting a nonprofit, maybe you just want to, get in connection with Linda, connect with her on social media. I think it's just Linda Arrey, right? I think I put that on Linda Arrey on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well.
Instagram is Linda_Arrey.
Okay, so Instagram will be Linda_Arrey. Then you can ask her questions on how to start or what to do. I think you just, get in contact with her for some consultation, and you have a better image on where you're going. All right, Linda, let's talk about another aspect of you. Something that means so much to you is your family. Girl, I don't know, how do you manage to do all these things and still, be a mom, a good mom and wife? Like, how do you do that? Let's talk a little bit about family and how you manage to balance everything up.
So I think it goes back to, at managing tasks and people, right? and
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily trying to manage my 24 hours.
Right.
So if you read my book, I have a portion there about my time management strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I like breaking down my day. I think everybody should do that. Think
Mm-hmm.
of the most important task in your life. You know, just think about who are the 5 most important people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
What's the 5 most important experiences in your life?
Mm-hmm.
And just, you have to then break down your 24 hours. For me, I dedicate, 8 hours of sleep. Do I always get 8 hours? No. But I dedicate 8 hours of sleep. Gone are the days where people say, oh, sleep is for suckers. I say, if you are not sleeping enough, you are a sucker. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I dedicate time for sleep. I dedicate 2 hours of me time, self-care, Linda time. It's mommy's time. This is my time. Okay. So because it's so important for me to be able to recuperate so I can give my family 110% of me. I can
Mm-hmm.
give my husband 110% of me. I can dedicate to my community 110% of me. I do that by recuperating. I cannot do that from a place of emptiness, okay? So my
Mm-hmm.
self-care time is important. My meditation time, I have the Calm app on my phone. And I tell you,
Ooh.
when I do my meditation, life is good for you guys because life is good for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
8 hours, 2 hours of me time. And then depend on the day, I try to dedicate, 9 to 10 hours of work. Do I always work 9 to 10 hours of work? No. Some days it may be 12, some days it may be less. But that is what I factor into my schedule. What that tells me is if I am working 11 hours, I'm thinking about those important people, those
Mm-hmm.
important experiences, my self care time, my sleep, my family. I have just taken an hour away from them. So that is my mental clock telling me that you have to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 hours of family time a day. Again, these are things that
Wow.
the template, right? That is the template. And then
Mm-hmm.
you move and choose things on your template every day, just depending because life happens. Right now, we have, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old that run things in this house.
Yes,
Okay.
Boo.
Things happen. So, but you have
Yes.
a template where if you said this whole week, I have only had 2 hours of family, guess what? I have to make up over the weekend or maybe next week because you got to find that balance. Balance doesn't mean that every day will be balanced.
Right.
Balance means that overall, you have this framework you are working from that when things don't go as planned, you're able to bounce back up into that framework. That is balance.
Wow.
A lot of people feel frustrated because they believe that balance is a state of equilibrium. Everything will go just like this, but that is wrong. What that does is you're setting yourself unrealistic expectations that would only bring about frustration because
Ooh.
thinking I am not doing enough. You're thinking I am not doing it right, but you are. You just have to have a framework that you can bounce back on every time
Yes.
things don't go as planned. That is balance. It's not a state of constancy. It's saying that if today I only got 5 hours of sleep, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
make that back up. Your clock is saying I didn't sleep well. So please make sure
You to
you
make that up so you don't break down.
okay. And so yeah, so that is how I really balance my time. And then family, as I said, right now, my kids, remember I said I was going to put them for nap time before this
Yeah.
call. It didn't happen. So we had to
Oh.
start later. They're still not sleeping.
Oh
They're
my
upstairs
God.
and watching TV upstairs. They're upstairs with daddy right now. You know,
Oh.
and, just having they are of all the jobs that I have, they are being a wife and a
Your greatest
mother.
achievement, girl.
They're the most fulfilling roles, And I just want to impact with this message. Society talks a lot about the Proverbs 31 woman.
Mm-hmm.
She was a wife, an entrepreneur. She's all these things, and all you hear every day is, Proverbs 31 wife, Proverbs 31 wife. And I said that is a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. But I also want people to understand, in order to be a Proverbs 31 wife, we also need Ephesians 5 husbands.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
The Bible talks about, Ephesians 5 talks about the matrimony. Marriage is not just a title; it's actually a ministry. And it talks about, for a woman to submit to a man, he must first submit to God. Okay, so when we're and I really, this is now for the men that are watching, just really be that Ephesians husband to the women in your life.
Oh, yes.
Makes submission, that makes them, play their role equally well. And if you look at the order of marriage, in Ephesians 5:22 to 33, it talks about, the man, loving his wife like Christ loved the church, the man loving his wife like his own body, where he wouldn't really want any blemish. It talks about the man loving, the man being the caregiver, the protector. It talks about now the woman submitting. But if you look at it, before it talks about the woman submitting and the woman respecting her husband, it first talked about the man loving his wife and submitting himself to God. So it's so important that as we talk about Proverbs 31 wives, we don't forget the Ephesians 5 husbands. Because it also brings about, this brings about the whole matrimonial ministry. So
girl, you are just a bag of talent, a bag of knowledge. What don't you know on earth, girl? We're going to get into some very key questions. We're dwindling to the end of the program. So I'm going to ask you, Linda, what are your 3 keys for success? What would you tell people are 3 keys for success?
Oh, wow. I said, just have an open mind to learning every day, because you saw this pandemic hit and everybody was like, what's going on, right?
Everybody knew what.
The people that were resistant to change and not willing to pivot are still trying to figure out, are they going to go out of business? Meanwhile, everybody has gone digital and people are soaring. So just having that open mind to learning every day, understanding that I don't know everything and I want to be better. I want to continue being great at what that I do. So I have an open mind to learning every day. And then I have a servant heart. So I think by serving others, I in turn get served, and God just really blesses my hands. So part of my success has been because I have such a servant heart. And I think that I can just tell you a lot of things, that would be for another call. I tell you that has really happened to me. And I'm like, listen, like you just, this I talk to God, right? I feel we really have this conversation, because I'm like, wow, like you really just did this. You really, so, and I'll tell you, I really, I can't even emphasize the third one, just, making God the center of the tribe. So remember, he's the center of the tribe, because he empowers us to be able to utilize our tribe to really just do the things that we do. So it takes the tribe, but when you put God at the center of that tribe, everybody's in alignment.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we have a question from Mebro Ogo Compaore, who says, can we say marriage is a service ministry?
It is a service ministry, because in marriage, everybody is serving. So what I say is societal standards, and I love that that's coming from a man, and that's my brother there as well. So
oh wow,
we talk about service in marriage. People always look at the woman. And I'm saying, no, a man, by loving your wife, you should also have the ability to serve her. So it's a service ministry. It's a mutualistic service ministry. We all should serve each other. That is marriage. So yes, I believe
it's a service ministry.
It's a service.
Okay, now, what has been your most challenging experience, and what did you learn from it?
The most challenging experience in my whole life has been motherhood.
Yes.
And I'll tell you this.
It's tough.
I'll tell you this.
Yes,
Motherhood has been the most joyful experience of my entire existence.
it's beautiful.
It's
Mm.
brought me the most challenges and opened my eyes and my heart in ways that I didn't think were humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
I can have the worst days ever, and I look at these little princesses, and I'm like, listen, life is beautiful. Uh, Motherhood was challenging for me. First time mom, I would say, first time mom, because I shared earlier, I suffered a severe case of uterine fibroids, and
Mhm.
really severe. Went on bed rest 24 weeks.
Oh my
I
God.
like five really huge fibroids. Even
Oh my
before,
God.
even before delivery, I had two doctors for my C-section. One
Oh
doctor,
wow.
Dr. Lacey, bless her heart, she's out in Mississippi, love her to death. That woman, a doctor, woman of God, and really, really took care of
Oh,
the patient.
that's a heart.
Yes. And so she was like, I'm taking the baby, and Dr. So and so will be focusing on taking the fibroids out. I have
Oh
pine
wow.
standby and everything. When you're having a C-section, just so those that have not have perspective, you
I
feel
have
all
had one.
you feel all the pressure and everything going on in your stomach. You just don't feel the pain.
I
So
felt the pain, girl. I felt the pain. I was in a situation where like I bled so much so that the anesthesia got finished. Like
oh
then I started feeling the pinch of the needle. I could feel the pain and I was weak. I couldn't scream, but I could feel the pain. And I was like, I remember crunching my husband's hand like that. And I was like, I can feel the pain. I can. It's hard. Like if
yeah,
you've not gone through that, if you've not, there's certain experiences in life that will force you to change your perspective about life. And I connect with you on that because it's totally true.
yeah,
Becoming a mom, going through all the experiences of pregnancy and having those kids in sometimes difficult circumstances, it just changes so much about you. It makes
yeah,
you look at life in a more appreciative way. Like, you learn how to appreciate the little things, the little gifts, the people around you, those people that love you, that stand by you, you know.
yeah.
So, yeah,
And
I definitely come to that point with you.
we did. When they took during the delivery and baby's out, I could just hear Dr. Lacey talking to my husband and saying, "We're not taking out this fibroids today."
Oh my
They
God.
anticipating five fibroids. When they cut me open, there were 12.
Ow.
They didn't prepare for that. She says she's
Oh
going
my
to,
God.
yeah, she says she will bleed out if we take this fibroids out today. So they
Oh my
stitched me back up with all the fibroids, right? And so I just same thing. With our pregnancy, the fibroids started to shrink. Second baby comes, they start growing again.
oh
Stuff
my
like that. Honestly, till date, I still have fibroids because I never really took it out just because there's too many and the risk. And
yeah.
not being pregnant right now, I thank God He's blessed us with two beautiful girls, and I'm still here. And
Yeah.
so, and yes,
Living a tribe of strong people, girl.
yeah. So I tell you, the journey, that first pregnancy, I wanted to breastfeed. I was like, I will be a breastfeeding mom. And breastfeeding was hard the first time. Gosh, let me tell you, the first 2 months were so challenging. And baby wasn't latching right. I didn't really, mommy didn't really know how to catch a good latch.
Learning. This was all a new process for you.
Consultant, and I said, you know what, all these pre-baby classes I went to, you all need to give my money back because
That's so because the reality is your real experience that you
you have to
nobody tells you how your baby will behave, you know?
you have to experience it. And my husband and my mom, they were like, babe, it's okay, let's just do some formula. I said, I went to breastfeed. If you want to support me right now, just tell me I can do it.
Yeah.
So, but let me tell you, and that's why I think determination really plays a really great role in execution.
Mm-hmm.
Because I pressed through. After 2 months, girl, I was a milk factory.
There you go.
Breastfeeding both of my kids, 14 and 12
Wow.
months. Yes, 14 and 12 months until I
Wow.
did my own tricks and I was, teaching, my other women and my colleagues, like, you got to do this for the baby to latch. You got to do this. You got to do this. And
Oh,
it
wow.
a really
Experience is indeed the best teacher, right?
it was, yes, it was a very fulfilling journey at the end, but the early days were so hard. And I see, a lot of women really struggle with breastfeeding, and I just want people to know that it's a real struggle.
Yeah.
It's a real struggle, and not it's okay. However way you choose to feed your baby, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works for you, whatever you find fulfillment in your heart, it's okay. I just want
Yes.
because
Yes.
any woman ever falling short because they did not breastfeed or because they cannot breastfeed. No. However way you choose to feed your baby, it's okay. Guess what? That baby is going to turn out just fine. I personally wanted to breastfeed and I was determined to breastfeed. But I know not every woman, has that determination or wants to. It's like, I want to breastfeed. Not every woman. And that is perfectly fine. I just want everybody to believe that. Everybody.
Yes. So, Linda, I'm going to ask you 3 people who have impacted or inspired you or stood by you all through your life for you to become this woman. I just want you to say their names and just tell them something special today.
So I'm one of those people that I have different people in my life that play different roles. So it's
Correct.
just this is a question that I really like taking to my grave because I would really be doing a lot of people a disservice if I call certain names out here today. Yes,
Okay.
I just have so many people that like you fulfill my life in this role and this
Different ways.
role, and it far exits from personal to professional. Even
Yeah.
professionally, I have different mentors that have molded me
Right.
personally. I'm taking this one to my grave.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, I totally respect that.
Yes.
Hey, if you had to say something to all those people, girl, you've had so many people watching, sharing. I believe all of you have been sharing, right, guys? Share the video so more people can learn. Definitely, if you had something to say to all these people watching you, to all those women that you lead, to all those looking up to you, and to all those who are still lost, who don't know where to go, which direction to go, what would you want to say to them today?
Of course, I really want to thank everybody. People look out for Saturday to relax, spend time with family, do stuff.
Yeah,
We've been on an hour, 13 minutes.
people are still there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that came out to just watch these 2 beautiful queens have a conversation.
Yay!
I totally appreciate you guys. And I really, I just want to say, shoot your shot. Whatever is it that you have been wanting to do, what you would have done, whatever it is today, just shoot your shot. Make that determination to say, today is the day that I decide to take action.
Yes.
Okay. Today is a day that I get on, I'm telling you, even Google to do research about this thing that I've been wanting to do. Today is a day that I reach out to somebody, find mentors. Even if you have to
say,
as I told you guys, I have mentors in different areas of my life. I have coaches in different areas of my life, because if I can, be of service to the people that I serve, I also need to make sure I'm constantly learning and positioning myself to be able to impact great quality to their lives. So I cannot not be growing, expecting to grow other women, right?
That's
so
true.
Today, please make the determination. Understand that you have what it takes. And this is not a cliche. You really do. Whatever is the thing that you've been wanting to do, take action today. Write down, what is it that I want to do? Next, write down, what do I need to get there?
Yes.
Next, who do I need to get there? Because you may not be the person to get there, but you may need somebody to hold your hand, whether it's a mentor, whether it's a coach, because you need to understand what you need to be able to draw the blueprint to the destination that you're heading. But
Yeah.
sitting on the sidelines is not going to take you there. So today, my message to you is to shoot your shot. Okay, shoot your shot today. Um, take that chance today.
Take
Go out
action
there
right now.
and for the women that are watching, I really want to invite you to my home, which is my tribe of women, the Winner
Yes.
Circle. We are the Winner Circle because we are women that believe in growing with one another personally and professionally. It's not just about, running this business. It's about the whole woman concept. Let's talk about mental wellness, spiritual wellness, physical wellness, emotional wellness, and financial literacy. Because as women, we can't be out there talking about we are boss women and we are broken. So I
That's
really
it.
invite you to come join my tribe. Check us out, Wild Winner Circle. We are on Facebook. We
Yes.
have a membership community. Enrollment is actually now open within the Winner Circle community. So you can either join our community today on Facebook and then you can enroll, or you can wait for open enrollment that happens next month. So we do workshops from, business to personal workshops. Just, I promise you, it's such an enrichment and positive community. That community where you say, listen, I need prayers today, and prayer warriors come from everywhere.
Oh,
Or
yes.
that you say, I need help with my business plan, and somebody shows up to help you. So really, really check us out, join us in our community. And it's the Wild Winners Circle on Facebook. And then definitely enrollment open to the general public, as I said, next week. Or you can join the Facebook community and you will have an opportunity to join our enrollment now, because we're now open within our community. But just thank you guys so much. And Gwen, thank you for having me.
Linda, you've been a wonderful guest. I cannot believe that we almost an hour and 30 minutes and it's like we've not started talking. It's like there's still so much we need to talk about. We've not even really brushed on startups and all that. But hey guys, connect with Linda on Facebook, connect with her on all social media. She is a bag of knowledge, a bag of talent. In fact, she's got, I don't know. She's a blessing. I would say that she is indeed a blessing, sis. Let me just, tell you today again and again. I've said that before. I'm really proud of you. I'm so happy that I got to know you. I'm so happy to belong to this group of women, the Wild Women Circle. It just means a lot to me. It just means a lot to me. I've always wanted to belong to a group of people who are positive minded, who want to grow, who want to be the best, who want the best in each other. And hey, God sent you, and then you picked me, and I was like, God, do I deserve to be here? Look at all these wonderful people.
You said yes. That's what it is. You said yes. I do thank all the women that are a part of this community, and because it's one thing to be committed to winning, it's one thing to be committed to your success, but when
Yes.
you say yes to growing and grooming other women, that is a commitment that I don't take lightly. So I really thank all the Winner Circle ladies that are watching, and you for just saying yes and being a part of this community.
Yes, Linda, thank you so much. God bless you. Keep being the wonderful person that you are. Guys, remember, you can go on her website and hey, get that book, okay? It's not only for women, it's for men too. I've heard testimonies from the book, people and even men who have read that book, Memoirs of a Working Mother. I think if you go to Linda's website, www.lindaarrey.com, you should be able to get that book, okay? I put up the link on here, but hey, it's just www.lindaarrey.com, and you should be able to purchase your copy of that amazing life-changing book. Hey
Yeah.
sister, just keep being amazing, keep being a driving force in the community. We're counting on you, and we're just so proud of you.
Thank you so much. And funny you mentioned a lot of men that read the book tell me it makes them better understand their wives. So
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yeah, so men out there, you might just want to go out there and get that book. All right, Linda, you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. God bless you, girl. God bless you, sister.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Oh my God, guys, this has been an amazing program. Like, I just can't emphasize on how blessed I feel today to have had this talk with Linda Arrey. I hope you enjoyed it. You can follow the program if you missed it out. You can follow it out on our page on Gwendy Media TV on Facebook, or you can go to our YouTube, Gwendy Media TV. And hey, don't forget to send in your questions. Linda will still be checking out and probably responding to some of you if you have any questions, or maybe just go to her directly on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, talk to her, and hey, get your business started. Startups, just do that right now. Today's a good day to start that business. Today's a good day to start that nonprofit. So if you have that idea, you want to start your nonprofit, you can definitely do it. If you need a coach to help you throughout that, then you want to contact Linda Arrey and do that. Hey guys, remember, you can always be the change that you seek. One thing I'll tell you, as I always say every time, you got everything. You got everything inside of you to become the best version of yourself. You are enough. All right, guys, I'll see you next week with the same pleasure. God bless you. Bye bye.